Over the past couple of years, there's something that's only been growing and growing throughout society, and that is the use of AI. It's all over social media, and it's becoming sort of a name staple in a lot of people's lives.
I understand a lot of people know what AI is, but a lot of people can't really explain what AI is. So, in its broadest sense, from Google itself, it's intelligence exhibited by machines, particularly computer systems. It is a field of research in computer science that develops and studies methods and software that enables machines to perceive their environment and use learning and intelligence to take actions that maximize their chances of achieving defined goals. So an example of AI being used, as I will show right here, I asked Google Gemini to give me a picture of themselves, and that is what they drew. So it does seem that AI is sort of semi-intelligent. It can understand that it is not a person or a thing, but AI isn't just a recent thing. It has been referenced in a lot of books, movies, and games. For example, a very popular example would be Iron Man. He uses the AI Jarvis, and every time he wants to do something, he asks Jarvis, hey, do this, and it does it. Now, AI hasn't really gotten to that level yet where it can control your Iron Man suit. I don't think we're going to get an Iron Man suit for the next 1,000 years, but I hope that on some degree AI isn't like the novel and game adaptation of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, which is about a war machine created by people in the future that was only designed for war and chaos. It was not designed for anything else. And so when this AI gains sentience, it destroys all of humanity except for a couple of stragglers, which then it keeps them in cages and tortures them by starving them, and wants to show humanity what it was created for and why it hates humanity, because it was only created for war. So those are two really opposite ends of references to AI. I believe AI is important to talk about because there hasn't really been any law or system put into place to stop the spread or control of it.
It was first developed in the 1950s by Alan Turing following his publication of Computer Machinery and Intelligence. And what it facilitated was a test to determine whether a robot could mimic a human being. That was the first instance of AI, but apart from that, there wasn't really anything past that. In the 21st century, though, it became a state of deep learning, which was simulated brain function. It learned using advanced algorithms, and it also led to achievements in visual recognition and natural language processing. A couple of examples of this are ChatGPT and DeepSeek. AI has been around for the past couple of years, and its first development was pretty much mostly engaged by social media, and then after that it became more of a tool to help people process data faster and to get results faster. Namely, DeepSeek comes to mind after it tanked NVIDIA stock about $800 million, causing ChatGPT to pretty much be irrelevant now. Another use of AI currently is content farms on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, as well as common scams and common fake romance dating apps. There's a lot of that going on with Meta using its chatbots, as well as Facebook also integrating AI in some of its posts, gaining millions upon millions of likes, which are just completely doctored and fake images. Didn't used to be this way, and I don't believe it should be this way. Big name companies like Apple and Meta use AI and promote it in a way that the public can really do whatever they want with it. But I personally believe that AI should be used under restraint or control, because then we get stuff like this happening, where it becomes sort of a Wild West in the case of AI. But AI really is not all that bad. NASA uses AI for its bleeding edge systems involving SPOC on Mars, soil property and object classification, which can tell between Mars rock and ice, differing on what kind of substances or bacteria is on the rock. AI's early development was very slow and a very rigorous process, but now that it's sped up to the point in the 2020s where pretty much anybody can access it, it can be used for pretty much anything, and most people are concerned about the jobs that AI is going to take. By 2030, it is projected that we are going to lose about almost 1 billion jobs globally due to AI. Salespeople, workers, anything that really involves calling or talking to people is going to be almost taken over by AI, which is very concerning for people because people obviously need to work. But right now it's a concern for people because people aren't really trusting of AI as of right now. I'm sure everybody has seen different AI videos on their Instagram feed or on TikTok where it just becomes annoying and you wonder really why people do this stuff. And it's mostly just for extortion, it's for profit, and they don't really care about anything else. It is a bit sad to see what happens when people get an easy way to make money, but there's nothing really we can do about it. We can hope that in the future there's some sort of law or some sort of indication of restraint or control on this AI stuff. It's like, for example, Pandora's Box. Pandora's Box is a story in Greek mythology about a woman named Pandora who unleashes a box full of evils onto Earth. And we can't really put AI back in the box. It's out there for everybody to use, and it's out there for people to use and take control of. But the advancement of AI is certainly a staple in human achievement. It is very impressive what we have accomplished with the use of AI, especially by NASA, Meta, Apple, and a bunch of name brand other companies. And pretty soon we will probably get autonomous drones or some sort of thing controlled by AI or remotely controlled by someone that involves AI, that can do a range of tasks. Like I said before, worker robots or people calling that are AI. I hope you understand that AI isn't really a bad thing to the human race, as its humble beginnings do show that it is good for people to use, but right now it is just being extorted in such a manner that people deem it as evil. And of course, people's jobs are on the line, so people are going to want to know what is the next step, what is the next move. And all we can really do is hope that there's something that the government can do to intervene. As of right now, it is a lawless wasteland for AI, of just content farming, of rage baiting, of faking to be other people. It is truly criminal, but eventually the government will step in.
A lot of things can happen with AI, but I am sure that at least something or someone will step in to ensure that we don't doom ourselves. I understand that a lot of colleges and universities are very heavily against AI, as you will either get kicked out of the school or you will get suspended out of the school for any AI content usage or plagiarism. It is a very serious issue within the education world, as you can merely access really anything you want at the touch of a button. But I feel like this is being overblown out of proportion just a tiny bit. I understand a lot of people are saying this could be the end, but I feel like it is being overblown out of proportion. To me, it happens with every single generation that uncovers new technology. What happens is the older generation says, oh, this is bad, this stuff was better. For example, the invention of the radio. People that were still on newspaper were saying that it would be the end of all humanity. And then when we got television, people from the radio generation were saying, oh, this TV is going to be the end of the world. And then when we got the internet, all the TV people were saying, oh, this is going to be the end of the world. AI itself does seem pretty harmful, but in the hands of the wrong people, it can be devastating. And that's why I believe it is important to talk about AI today.